Recently I've been talking to different friends of mine about my website, How to Communications. And the question and comment I've been getting from them is, well, why do I need to learn public relations or communication skills? Isn't that somebody else's job in the organization, or can't I just hire somebody to do that for me? And it got me thinking, a lot of people really aren't understanding the value of improving your communications or public relations skills regardless of what profession you're in. A few years ago, it was more than a few years ago now, 20 years ago, I started out as a newspaper editor and then I transitioned into public relations. I thought I was a pretty good communicator. I was a journalist. I told people stories. I'm really good at this, right? Well, no. Once I transitioned to public relations, I learned a whole new set of skills that transformed me not just as a professional, but also as a person. What I'm talking about is I learned about key messaging. What are the most important things you want to say? I learned about knowing your audience. Who is your audience and what are their needs for information? I had always given information based on what I want to talk about, which, come on, it's got to be very fascinating. But I stopped to think about the other person I was communicating with and how they received information. Were they analytical, detailed? Did they like emotions and stories? And as I learned more and practiced more of my public relations skills, I noticed my personal relationships also improved. Why is that? Because I was connecting with people on a level that they were comfortable with. If I was talking to my husband about getting a new car, I know he likes details. I'm not a detail person, but I did my research and I presented him with the details and the facts why this car was better than that car. It also helped me professionally be able to be in a meeting and give my points with clarity, concise, and once again, resonating with the person that I was talking to. So these public relation and communication skills, if you're not amplifying your weakening, what these skills are going to do is help you amplify your voice. It's going to help you create content that resonates with your audience. Content could just be conversation. It can be reports. It can be presentations. It's about sharing that content in a way that connects with the needs of your audience versus yourself. And most importantly, it's about doing it with confidence and being confident in what you're saying and in your own personal abilities. So when you're hearing the term public relations or communications and you think, that's somebody else's job in the organization, I don't need to worry about it, I really would encourage you to stop and think about your communication style and how can you improve it. And just looking at some of these simple techniques, even if you're never going to write a press release or you're never going to deal with a negative situation, you probably are going to deal with a negative situation, or you have to write a report or do a presentation that connects with your audience. So if you want to go from being noise at the back of the room that no one's listening to standing up, being heard, and being confident at the front of the room, I encourage you to look at developing your communication skills.